Good night, good night, good night. I hope everyone's had a very blessed Monday. It truly was a beautiful day here in Toronto. I was so delighted to just enjoy some sunshine. After a long, winter and even into spring, it's still been a little bit cold. So, truly enjoying the weather, enjoying the flowers, enjoying all the little bugs that are waking up and all the bird songs. Truly, just so enamored by the Lord's creation all around us. The grass is growing so fast. I see people out mowing their lawns. And yeah, just enjoying the new season that's come upon us. Gearing up into summertime, which is gonna be just around the corner. In Toronto, it's a little earlier than where it was for me back in New Brunswick. Longer, warmer seasons, shorter, cooler seasons. I sometimes just feel overwhelmed by how blessed I've been to be here in Toronto. I do consider the people of Toronto to just be walking around with these sunshine souls, just so sweet, so helpful, so loving, so welcoming. I've been so blessed to be here, and I don't take it for granted. I truly wake up every day and try to, be filled with gratitude, be filled with the gift it is to be here, to have a safe place to live, a very peaceful place. Today, my plans got changed around a little, so I decided to just go for a little stroll and to explore parts of my neighborhood that I haven't seen yet, which is a little ravine with a little stream. And yeah, so I found some little trails along the water and just kind of, I don't know, just exploring more areas and getting out and enjoying the weather. That was the most important part of today. Even though my plans didn't pan out the way I had planned today, I definitely took advantage of the weather and enjoyed it and enjoying my very peaceful life here in Toronto. I have no complaints. Just continuing to be filled with the Spirit, learning in the Spirit, growing in the Spirit, and being and doing whatever I can to magnify the glory of my Lord that I could not exist without. So that's kind of been my goals and my journey since I've come to Toronto 2.5 years ago. I am so, so blessed to be here living this life that I'm living. So, just gonna get back into the readings tonight, continuing with Judges, continuing with the book of Luke, finishing up the book of Luke, and then Psalms and Proverbs. And starting with a little bit of harp. Okay, so starting tonight with Judges chapter 8, verse 17 to chapter 9, verse 21. And he beat down the tower of Penuel, and slew the men of the city, and they went into Zebah and Zalmunna. What manner of men were they whom slew at Tibor? And they answered, As thou art, so they were. Each one resembled the children of a king. And he said, They were my brethren, even as the sons of my mother, as the Lord liveth. If ye have saved them alive, I would not slay you. And he said unto Zephyr, his firstborn, Up and slay them. But the youth drew not his sword, for he feared, because he was yet a youth. And Zebah and Zalmunna said, Rise thou, and fall upon us, for as the man is, so is his strength. And Gideon arose, and slew Zebah and Zalmunna, and took away the ornaments of the camels upon their necks. And the men of Israel said unto Gideon, Rule thou over us, both thou, and thy son's son also, for thou hast delivered us from the hand of the Midian. And the Gideon said unto them, I will not rule over you, neither shall my son rule over you. The Lord shall rule over you. Amen. And Gideon said unto them, I would desire a request of you, that ye would give me every man the earnings of his prey, for they have golden earrings, because they were Ishmaelites. And they answered, We will willingly give them. And they spread a garment, and did cast therein every man the earrings of his prey. And the weight of the golden earrings that he requested was 1,700 shekels of gold, besides ornaments and collars and purple remnant that was of the kings of Midian, and beside the chains that were about the camels' necks. And Gideon made an ephod thereof, and put it in the city, even in Orphah. And all of Israel went thither to whoring after it, which thing became a snare unto Gideon and to his house. And was Midian subdued before the children of Israel, so that they lifted up their heads no more. And the country was in quietness for 40 years in the days of Gideon. And Jerubbaal the son of Joash went and dwelt in his own house. And Gideon had 70 sons of his body begotten, for he had many wives. And his concubine was in Shechem, and she also bare him a son, whose name was Abimelech. And Gideon the son of Joash died in an old golden age, and was buried in the sepulchre of Joash his father in Orphah of the Abizurites. And it came to pass, as soon as Gideon was dead, that the children of Israel turned again, and went whoring after so-and-so, and made so-and-so their Elohim. And the children of Israel remembered not the Lord their Elohim, who had delivered them out of the hands of their enemies on every side. Neither shewed they kindness to the house of Jerubbaal, namely Gideon, according to all the goodness which he had shewed unto Israel. Amen. Chapter 9. And Abimelech the son of Jerubbaal went to Shechem unto his mother's brethren, and communed with them and with the family of the house of his mother's father, saying, I speak, I pray you, in the ears of all men of Shechem, whether is better for you, either that the sons of Jerubbaal, which are 70 persons, reign over you, or that one reign over you. Remember also that I am your bone and your flesh. And his mother's brethren spake of him in the ears of all the men of Shechem in these words, and their hearts inclined to follow Abimelech, for they said, He is our brother. And they gave him 70 pieces of silver out of the house of Bel so-and-so, wherewith Abimelech hired vain and the light persons which followed him. And he went unto his father's house at Orphah, and slew his brethren the sons of Jerubbaal, being 70 persons, upon one stone. Notwithstanding, yet Jonathan, the youngest son of Jerubbaal, was left, for he hid himself. And all the men of Shechem gathered together, and all the house of Milio, and went and made Abimelech king by the plain of the pillar that was in Shechem. And when they told it to Jotham, he went and stood in the top of Mount Gerizim, and lifted up his voice, and cried out, and he said unto them, Hearken unto me, ye men of Shechem, and the Elohim may hearken unto you. And the trees went forth on a time to anoint a king over them, and they said unto the olive tree, Reign thou over us. Oh gosh. But the olive tree said unto them, Should I leave my fatness, wherein by me they honor Elohim and man, and to go and promote over other trees? And the tree said unto the fig tree, Come thou and reign over us. But the fig tree said unto them, Should I forsake my sweetness and my good fruit, and go and be promoted over the trees? Then he said that the trees unto the vine, Come thou and reign over us. And the vine said unto them, Should I leave my wine, which cheereth Elohim and man, and go to be promoted over all the trees? And then all the trees said unto the bramble, Come thou and reign over us. And the bramble said unto the trees, If in truth ye anoint me king over you, then come and put your trust in my shadow. And if not, let fire come out of the bramble and devour the cedars of Lebanon. And therefore, if ye have done truly sincerely, and the ye that have made Abimelech king, and if ye have dwelt with Jerubbaal and his house, and have done him according to the deserving of his hands, for my father fought for you, and avenged his life far, and delivered you out of the hands of the Midianites. And ye have risen up against my father's house this day, and have slain his sons 70 persons upon one stone, and have made Abimelech the son of the maidservant king over the men of Shechem, because he is your brother. If ye will have dealt truly and sincerely with Jerubbaal and with his house this day, then rejoice he in Abimelech, and let him also rejoice in you. But if not, let fire come out from Abimelech, and devour the men of Shechem and the house of Milio. And let fire come out from men of Shechem and from the house of Milio, and devour Abimelech. And Jotham ran and fled, and went to Beer, and dwelt there for fear of Abimelech his brother. Amen. Luke chapter 24, verse 44 to chapter 24, verse 12. And it was about the 6th hour, and there was a darkness over all the earth until the 9th hour. And the sun was darkened, and the veil of the temple was rent in the midst. And when the Lord had cried out a loud voice, he said, Father, unto thy hands I commend my spirit. And having said this, he gave up the ghost. Now when the centurion saw what was done, he glorified the Lord, saying, Certainly this was a righteous man. And all the people that came together at the sight, beholding the things that were done, smote their breasts and returned. All that his acquaintance and the woman that followed him from Galilee stood afar off, beholding these things. And behold, there was a man named Joseph, a counselor, and that he was a good man and a just. And the same had not consented of the council and the deed of them. He was of Erythrimia, a city of the Jews, who also himself waited for the kingdom of the Lord. This man went into Pilate and begged for the body of the Lord, and he came and took it down, and wrapped it in linen, and laid it in a sepulchre, and was hewn on stone. Therein never a man before was laid. And the day was the preparation, the Sabbath drew on. And the women also, which came with him from Galilee, followed after, and beheld the sepulchre, and how his body was laid. And they returned, and prepared spices and ointments, and rested on the Sabbath day according to the commandment. Amen. Chapter 24. Now upon the first day of the week, early in the morning, they came to the sepulchre, bringing the spices which they had prepared, and certain others with them. And they found the stone rolled away from the sepulchre. And they entered in, and found not the body of the Lord. And it came to pass, as they were much perplexed, there, behold, 2 men stood by them in shining garments. And as they were afraid and bowed their faces to the earth, they said unto them, Why seek ye the living among the dead? And he's not here, but he is risen. Remember how you spake unto when he is yet in Galilee, saying, The Son of Man must be delivered into the hands of the sinful men, and be crucified, and the 3rd day rise again. And they remembered his words, and returned to the sepulchre, and told these things unto the 11, and to all the rest. And it was Mary Magdalene, and Joanna, and Mary the mother of James, and the women that were with them, which told them these things unto the apostles. And their words seemed to them like idle tales, and they believed them not. Then arose Peter, and ran into the sepulchre, and stooping down, and beheld the linen clothes laid by themselves, and departed, wondering in himself at that last which was to come to pass. Amen. Psalms chapter 99. The Lord reigneth, let the people tremble. He sitteth between the cherubims, let the earth be moved. The Lord is great in Zion, and he is high above the people. Let them praise thy great and terrible name, for it is holy. The king's strength also loveth judgment. Thou hast established iniquity. Thou executest judgment and righteousness in Jacob. Exalt ye the Lord our Elohim, the worship of his footstool, for he is holy. Moses and Aaron among his priests, and Samuel among them that call upon his name. They call upon the Lord, and he answered them. He spake unto them in a cloudy pillar. They kept his testimony, and the ordinance that he gave them. Thou answerest them, O Lord our Elohim. Thou wast an Elohim that forgavest them. Thou tookest vengeance of their inventions. Exalt the Lord and worship his holy hill. For the Lord is holy. Amen. Proverbs chapter 14, verse 9 and 10. Fools make a mock at sin, but among the righteous there is favor. The heart knoweth his own bitterness, and a stranger doth not intermeddle with his joy. Amen, amen, amen. May the Lord bless you ever and keep you. Amen.